I did put it out on my
Right,
channel.
we're
So we might get
live.
some...
We're live now.
Oh,
How
we're
you
live.
doing, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Sorry for the late delay. Just waiting for a couple of guests to get in with us. We've got one just joining us now. 1 minute.
So just ring light difficulties. I just had to get a new one set up. I said, I don't know, it had to break on me now, didn't it?
Hello, we're live.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Hi.
Yeah, that's what I just said. I just had a few technical difficulties. My ring light just broken. So give me 1 sec, I'll be back.
Oh, that's cool. I think we've all had technical difficulties today. How are you doing, Real British Media? Anyway, let everyone know what you've been up to today. You're looking quite sharp, quite fresh. Must have a busy week
I'm good.
ahead.
Huh?
You must have a busy week ahead.
Oh, very busy week. We know the rally coming in that. Yeah, getting all fresh, getting my camera face.
So, just the rally. Have you got anything else planned this week?
Yeah, we do. We've got Ben Habib. We're going to see Ben Habib. That's going to be good.
That's right. Tomorrow, an evening with Ben Habib. That should be fun.
Yeah.
I'll say today we're going to talk about the February the 1st march. How many have you been to now, Real British?
Of what?
The United Kingdom marches.
All of them, apart from the St George's Day event, but then that wasn't a United Kingdom event. So I've been to all events. All United Kingdoms, 1, 2, and 3, and 4 come Saturday.
Yep, me too. Well, I say while we wait for our guests to get ready, we're going to play a little video just reminding us about the February the 1st event. Just going to play the video now.
I'm back in the room.
Hi, Zen, how you doing? I'm just going to play the 1st of Feb video while you get.
Hi, Zen Marty.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get ready, man. It's a bit because it doesn't move the way my other cameras move. Like it's like the opposite way.
Oh yeah, that's a TikTok style, isn't it?
Yeah, just when I'm used to moving. It's completely the opposite for me.
I think there's an option where you can mirror your image. I think that's what you need to do. Is there an option? I'm going to play the February the 1st video. Give you a minute to sort yourself out. I'll put that up now.
Okay.
On the 1st of February, join us in London for a crucial event to stand up for free speech and to demand justice. Tommy Robinson, our friend, has been unjustly isolated, and it's time to take action. Together, we're going to send a powerful message. Freedom of speech in the UK cannot and will not be silenced. Your presence matters, your voice matters. So will you stand with us? Stand with us as we ask, free Tommy Robinson. And stand with us to fight against the growing threat to our civil liberties. This isn't just about one man. It's about defending our rights. So join us in London, be part of the movement, and let's make history together.
Right, yeah. So that was the February the 1st event video from Urban Scoop. I'm sure you've all seen it before.
Gone?
No, I'm still here. I just can't get this thing to work. It's too it's too different for me. I can't.
I say, is it? I mean, do you want to put it in landscape mode, or are you happy?
I just tried and it flicked me out. I don't know. I could put it this way.
Yeah, there you go.
It works.
That's a bit better. And I'll move my tripod up. So I'm not used to doing it on this StreamYard. And now you can't see all my cool stuff in the background.
It's because you've got a background. You've got a background blur on, haven't you?
I know. I don't know what I'm doing, to be honest. On this thing, it's not my jam, is it? So even when I move this way, I just feel like I'm all out of sorts. Crap. I'll do my best. If not, I'll just turn. See, you can't even see nothing. I've spent ages.
No studio background. It looks a bit more busy in the back than mine does, anyway.
It's a little art studio. I don't know what I know. I could. It does. I can't work out how to take the background off. I was all confident last week. I don't know what I'm doing this time.
Yeah, no, I was looking forward to seeing your art studio. Actually, that's where the magic happens, isn't it?
I know, it's sad. I'll figure out for next time. But I don't know why you just can't go on something normal, just like the normal ones.
We always have some kind of teething issue as we're leading up to live. Me, I was frantically trying to get ready because I spilt a drink on my
And
desk. I
it's
was trying to
making me
clean that
look
up,
like
and I
I've
had
got
like 5
patches
minutes to
under
go.
my eyes. I don't know. I haven't worked this. I haven't worked this out yet. It's not my jam. This. I like it. I'm not gonna lie. I do find the TikTok one so much because you just press a button. You got a green screen. You got this. It's so much more interactive. That's the one
Well,
thing I will say.
relax. Don't worry. At least we've got you with us anyway.
Then, even when I
So,
move
yeah.
my head, it's the wrong way.
So you've got a lot more. You've got a lot more in the background than me. I've only got one little bit in the background, and the bloody StreamYard
Well, if
logo
I can
covers
take
it.
the blur off, David, how come you can't take my blur off?
I don't think it's down to me. I haven't got a blurry background. You haven't got your phone in portrait mode or something, have you?
It's landscape.
Let me have a look. Let me see if I can do anything. But
This is like there's live studio because when you're showing people things, so it's got to be the writings right around. This is like the inverted filter. But it's
you haven't got
anything.
anything naughty in the background, have you? Is that why it's blurring it?
So have you posted your link up anyway? So if people want to join,
Yeah, the link's pinned at the top of the comments on YouTube. If anybody does want to join.
oh yeah.
Look at this thing. I'm still trying to figure out how I can do this.
Yeah.
I think it did before you went live. I think I had the option to change and fiddle around with it, but I don't think I have now.
Well, on
StreamYard, there's an option. There's in the settings you can blur your background. It says virtual background. You click on that and it'll say blur or no blur,
but
etc.
it's not.
So it's got to be in your settings somewhere for
Edit, yeah, give it to me last time, but at the moment all I've got is edit name and a headline, nothing to do with the backgrounds. Maybe it's because I jumped on when you was already live.
Well, I say we're still gonna wait a little bit for some more people to get here. So I mean,
if you want... I was watching, and I did. What's his name? I can get up on my. Oh look, I'm prepared. You can't even see how prepared I am. That doesn't make any difference.
I can just about see it.
It's got my. So I thought I could do my laptop for you, and then it is. But I bet it's just not. It's always the way, isn't it? The more prepared you are, the more prepared you are to f up. So
well, do you want to have a look now quickly and see if you can get it sorted? If it's that important to you.
That's it. Now, what's his name? Paul Thorpe. That's it. I was watching him earlier.
Big up, Paul Thorpe.
Yeah, because you said about going to the march and that, and I was just listening to a few things because my anxiety.
Well, this is the thing. There's so many people, especially on Paul Thorpe's channel, and it's Metusi's channel, other channels, even on X, people that want to come, people that have disability issues.
Yeah, no, he was saying that a lady, she's 60 years old. I think her name was Wendy, but he's going to get her. She was like, I really want to come, but I'm old and I'm on my own. And he's organised, so I've got hair in my mouth. He's organising for her to come and pay. And I thought, oh, that's really nice.
That's right. Yeah. He's actually paid about $3,000 for a load of coaches to bring people down.
Yeah, that too. But that's how I was like, oh no, that's quite nice. He's like, no, please come down. It's going to be a good day and everything. But of course, I'm not worried so much about the march. That's going to be peaceful, and they've made it very clear. Everyone come there with your best. Good vibes. If you come on Bookie vibes, you're out, which is good.
Yeah,
but I'm not really worried about those people. I'm more worried that someone may go on a little rampage and try to drive their SUV through the crowd. It's more my concern. I'm going to be real honest.
I mean, those are genuine concerns, and they're concerns that I've had in the past as well. But you got to think,
I don't want to be like cannon fodder for someone's mental breakdown.
You got to think when they set this up, they set it up with the police. They walk around the route they're going to go, and they cover all aspects of dangers. So it's well secured. And the event itself, is literally on Downing Street, on the road. The Downing Street's on, and that's going to be as secure as anything. Nothing's going to get down there.
Where was it recently? New Orleans. It just happened on New Year's Eve, wasn't it? Where someone drove through the crowd and.
But those are smaller towns, easy to access areas. Whereas,
but they were supposed to have barriers up, and this is what I'm saying. They were supposed to have the not crowd barriers, the traffic control barriers. This wasn't supposed to happen, but something failed. They didn't get put in place, but they didn't tell the people, and now there's carnage. So that's what.
Well, this is the thing. If you remember the attack on Westminster Bridge, and that was it a few years ago. Ever since that happened, they've put in place anti-drive-through bollards on pedestrian areas, etc. And our route, it pretty much follows those areas from Waterloo Station all the way down to Downing Street, and then also on top of that, you've got an area, should I say, that the police are guarding, or keeping everyone away from us, because there are going to be counter protests on Saturday. I've heard. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, there always will be.
I've heard that the Socialist Worker Party, led by Corbyn, is it? Jeremy Corbyn?
Most likely.
Corbyn.
Apparently he's trying to arrange a counter-protest towards this, but there's no way any of them are going to be able to counter.
Oh no, it'll be quite interesting, because I'm not going to do something in my head, because every time I've been to a protest now, the ones that I've gone to have, how can I put this? The ones that I've gone to were in the media supposed to be the troublemakers, but then when it's always come down to it, the people that are supposed to be the more peaceful people are always coming with their more violent, aggressive energy. So let's see if it works out that way this time.
Mm-hmm. Well,
it'll be.
Yeah, go on. Even at the last one, there was a small counter protest that we noticed down one of the roads leading away from Parliament Square. But I mean, they were so small in number compared to us, you didn't even hear anything about it. And as far as I know, there wasn't any trouble or any access granted between them lot and our lot. What were you going to say, Will Rich Media?
Yeah, no, I said it's pretty secure, considering it's basically Downing Street as well. You know,
I'll be off camera then. So
they'll have every angle covered for any possible, people who would want to attack. So they tend to be safe.
There's the art studio. When you go out,
it's a shame. You should get Richard Ingham up on here. We'll be able to explain the security more.
Yeah, well, I've got a video coming of Richard Ingham talking about it. But I mean, more importantly, I say this was really to help other people that have any worries or concerns can come to talk to people that have been there before. Then it's going to be your first attendance, isn't it? So
first of this thing.
That's the thing. Me and Millbridge Media have been before. So I say, what are your main concerns then, Zen? Because you've had a few in the past.
Don't want to get mowed down by an SUV. To be honest, don't want to get blown up. I don't want to get in a machete attack. Like, how many things do you want me to point out? We live in London, and this. Can I just point this out? I live in London. Yeah, this ain't fairy tale La La Land. It's on the normal day. So that's why I'm concerned.
I just want to welcome Bluebell to the stream. She's got not really a question. She says, check out the Wavy post recent message on their community page. Can you elaborate a bit on that, Bluebell?
I'm just having a look now.
Oh, good.
Wavy posts. So now they are denying Tommy Robinson's friends from seeing him. Richard Ingham is being denied.
He's due to visit Tommy tomorrow, I believe. I mean, I'm hoping that Danny's going to join us at some stage soon. He's running a bit late, but he'll definitely have more info on the inside.
He's posted a picture of the letter he's received from the HM Prison Service to Richard Ingham. Dear Mr. Ingham, revisits at HMP Woodhill. Thank you for your request to book visits with Mr. Yaxley Lennon on the 30th of January. Your visit has not been approved based on information that content from that visit is likely to be used on your social media platforms.
Silencing.
That's bullshit.
A hypothetical glass ball theory is what if he comes and what if he uses it. So you can't punish people on what ifs.
Yeah, but this is the problem. The first problem I see with that, where it says your visit has not been approved based on information that content from that visit is likely to be used on your social media platforms. That should have nothing to do with it, because they've got a non-disclosure agreement which they make them sign. They sign the non-disclosure agreement, which basically says we're not going to post this on the channels. And if they break that and then post it on their channels, then they get in trouble. So they can't just send them an email like this saying
it's likely to be used. He's probably going to say, because that thing I was watching earlier, the Paul Thorpe thing, said that they were concerned because they haven't had an email back in a week or something.
Yeah,
from
did you see that? That's how they've been censoring Richard Ingham's emails as well. If you watch that show on Paul Thorpe.
People may laugh at this because they may not like the person, but just because it's happening to one, you've not read Animal Farm, it will soon be happening to everyone.
Well, the thing that stuck out for me, I mean, I say if I play the video now, so you get an idea of what's happening to Tommy. But I think Tommy's in trouble at the moment. I mean, have a listen to this. It's a couple of minutes.
Don't just stop visits and stop emails for nothing.
That's the thing. But I mean, don't forget he suffers PTSD and he's been in solitary now for like 3 months. So let me just play this video and then we'll discuss PTSD and that after, because I think there must be an issue. Let's have a look at this one.
Tommy needs our help, and I don't say this lightly. I'm gonna read a section from an email that I got this morning from Tommy, and I think it's safe to say this is a cry for freedom from Tommy Robinson. There's only one thing we can say. I'm not going to make this video long. We need to see Tommy Robinson free. The cry of every single one of our hearts should be, free Tommy Robinson. I'm just going to read this because it speaks for itself. This is Tommy's words. I'm still shocked that in modern Britain, a non-criminal offender can be expected to spend 9 months in solitary confinement. It's outrageous. Then he goes on to say, my next date I'm focused on is the 1st of February. And that's a cry for everybody that can. If we get it, if you can't. If there's any reason why you can't get to London on the 1st of February, we understand that. But if you can get to London, you really should get to London for this event on the 1st of February, because it's about Tommy's conditions and now it's about his freedom. I think we're just going to go straight to demanding that they let him out, because that man has suffered enough. You're only meant to do a maximum of 14 days in solitary confinement. He's already done 3 months. He's got another 6 to go. He's not even halfway through. So this is serious. And this is the bit that when I read it, I'm not an emotional man. This made me emotional when I read it. He says this: I try not to think too far ahead, as the thought of another 6 months in this cell in solitary is quite suffocating. Now that is understated. He's not making a big issue out of what's happening. But when you look at those words, think of the consequences of those words. Think about what he's saying. Another 6 months in this cell is suffocating. We need to see Tommy free. This isn't a game. Tommy's mental and physical health are deteriorating because of 3 months in solitary confinement. Another 6 months is absolutely, as he says, outrageous. Guys, I'm going to leave it there. There's things we're going to have to do. We're going to have to up the ante. We're going to have to get in touch with our MPs. We're going to have to get in touch with lawyers. We're going to have to really push this. Tommy needs to be free, and we need to put pressure on. See you soon.
Yeah, so I've watched that 3 times now, and you have to understand that he said during the full thing you watched then that email has been, he's had to rewrite that a few times because they weren't going to send it to him. Now, the only word that stuck out for me, and that was suffocate, when he said that it feels suffocating. And you know what it's like if you get anxiety, and I think people that suffer PTSD in that sort of situation, it's suffocating, isn't it? So I'm wondering
the
if
white walls, especially, you start to hallucinate looking at them.
That's what I mean. Like
that's what they do on purpose. What I think they're trying to do. That, well, even if it wasn't him, if you're going to try and put someone in solitary confinement for 9 months, you're going to try and make them either lose the plot with reality, so they're so far gone that they can't come back, or you're trying to make them go so mad they end it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Or they go. Oh look, we'll show a video of him once he's finally lost the plot, and then they might help him to end it if you catch my drift. And then say, oh, he did it himself, something like that, which is really sad. Like, it's beyond disgraceful.
That's the thing. I mean, I say people suffer anxiety for all sorts of different reasons. I mean, if you put PTSD on top of that, I mean, other people have obviously got more experience of PTSD than I do. But I mean, I'm sure it's a very
CPTSD myself, dear. I'm registered, and I'm a CPTSD advocate. I talk about it. It wasn't something that I was born with. It was something that happened to me. So if anyone's ever ashamed of it, you shouldn't be, because you didn't cause it to yourself, dears. So the people who did it to you should be ashamed. So
well, I think a lot of people suffer with PTSD over something that's happened in their lives.
PTSD is one traumatic event. So if there's been one event, and it could be many things, but CPTSD, which is what I believe he would have now, is complex post-traumatic stress disorder, when it's more than one significant event of a malignant force, which is basically what he's suffering from. And that would be complex post-traumatic stress disorder. And I wouldn't wish that on my worst freaking enemy. And it's like I'm a lot further into it now. Like, I haven't had a traumatic event probably for a couple of years. Go me. But and that's why I don't want to experience another one, because I don't want to go back to square one, if you catch my drift. This is why I'm being so cautious about the march and that. And I do feel like my anxiety is like, it's quite real, to be honest, if you get what I mean. It isn't just pulling out of nowhere, but I do feel for him this would now be complex post-traumatic stress disorder. When he gets out, he's going to need a hell of a lot of support, and it's gonna like you don't understand. I think because like D hangs around me a lot more. He'll start like you'll be talking to me, and then all of a sudden I drift off. That's a flashback. That a lot of people think a
Yeah.
flashback is crazy, but it's not. It's more like that. And then back and you're back in, and it's all back in the room. So
So
I
it gets in your head, and that's all you can focus on at the time when you're having those
it
visuals.
sort of catches you. Like you say, we talking. Say
flashbacks.
for instance, we were just talking to you lot, and then it's sort of like you get pulled away, and once you're getting pulled away, you're back. You're exactly back where you were, or experiencing some kind of horribleness that's related to the horribleness.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, somebody in comments or something. But didn't he start suffering PTSD after the first time he was illegally imprisoned when he was attacked?
Yeah, that's what he's got PTSD from.
Gangs
Is when he was
inside.
banged up in H&P Woodhill all them years ago.
A lot of it's had a lot of trauma.
He was on the wing, and the Islamists they got to him. Just, you know,
He'll have a lot of
Battered him.
trauma, like from
battered him
the
badly.
I think they knocked his teeth out, didn't they? And
Yeah,
as he got beaten up and all the rest of it.
they
But I think that's
beat him
what was the
within an
onset.
inch of his life, pretty much. That's what I said. That's what he said anyway. But you know, they got to him pretty quick.
That's what I mean. So
And I think that
was that was the reason for the PTSD, and now they stuck him in exactly the same situation. But yeah, carry on.
Well, yeah, but this time they've put him in obviously Woodhill, but they've put him in solitary confinement. Now, I think the reason they've put him there is for his own safety because he can't go on the wing. But still, there's got to be better
This should
than
be in a DCAT
solitary.
anyway. This is he should be in a DCAT anyway.
Yeah,
It's
Correct.
not a violent crime. All right, fair enough. They should have a rule to him. If they said, all right, you're going to be in a DCAT, but we can't let you out every day. That's part of, because in the DCAT, you can have a job, you can drive around, you just got to be back. There should have been something other. I can't believe that they can change the rules to put him in solitary confinement for 9 months, but couldn't change the rules so they could put him in a DCAT with a bit. It's very clear with what's being done. So let's not try and pretend that it's done for any other reason other than to F with him.
It's like that. I mean, they've chucked him in there to silence him. You know,
To
if
rot.
he gets out, if he was put in DCAT like he should be on a tag, see his family, go out and about and that, his voice would be out there again, and they don't want that. They can't have that. So,
So that's the thing. If they can't have his voice out from inside the prison now, what about when they have to let him go?
That's what I'm saying. People that go and see Tommy in prison, they have to sign this non-disclosure agreement so that anything they talk about doesn't get on the outside. So
why are they?
They're obviously terrified.
Why are they stopping Richard Inman then from visiting him due to that reason? I mean,
this is
it.
It's
a contract, so if he breaks it, it's a lawsuit.
Exactly.
It's not criminal.
And that's why I'm saying that letter there on Wavy Post is that's it's bullshit. I mean, that's from Nicola Marfleet, signed by the governor, because they can't just say, based on the information you are likely to put it on your social media. He signs a non-disclosure agreement. That's an agreement. That's a contract.
Have you still got it up there on screen?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, could you read it out again, just for any late joiners to the channel? I just want to welcome everyone that's joined a bit late. We read this out. This is breaking news, really, thanks to Bluebell.
Yeah, so anyone that's joined late, it basically H&P Woodhill has sent Tommy sent Richard Inman a letter prohibiting his visit. It says, "Dear Mr. Inman, revisits at H&P Woodhill. Thank you for your request to book visits with Mr. Yaxley Lennon on the 30th of January. Your visit has not been approved based on information that content from that visit is likely to be used on your social media platforms." You see, I mean, you try and break that down and you think, okay, so basically they shouldn't even be sending that letter because he's got to sign this non-disclosure agreement, right? If he goes into prison, speaks to Tommy, comes out and then puts it on his channel, he breaks that non-disclosure agreement, therefore he gets in trouble. That's the way it should be, and that's the way it was. But I think they're scared now that people are purposely going to break the non-disclosure agreement and get information out there. Like when you think of Danny did, he basically said, "I don't care. I'm going to rip this NDC up and speak about his visit." And I think
Danny will be joining us soon because he could actually tell us exactly about.
But that's the thing. It's an interesting point because it could possibly be because they saw that they think others are going to do the same, and therefore they're now just saying, right, no visits whatsoever. I mean, let's hope not, but it seems possible that way, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, after the the letter you read out, and obviously we've discussed the suffocating and the anxiety and PTSD, you know, with the help of Zen, explaining it to us. I mean, I've got a feeling there's some kind of an issue, something's happened, because why else would they stop it? I mean, him and Paul, I think, are due for a visit tomorrow. So I don't know.
I think the Bluebell, like, do you remember I just said a minute ago when I watched the Paul Thorpe thing and said that he wasn't able to reach him for free email. So it's not just the stopping visits, now the emails are stopping as well, which is, it's not good, is it?
You shouldn't have solitary and no contact with the
outside.
Well, this is it.
Yeah, so now it's a communication stop and everything. You can't even speak to people, you can't see people. But why not? What's gone on? Just for hypothetical argument's sake, imagine if one of his friends turns up and he's sitting there with 2 black eyes. How are you gonna explain that you've been in solitary confinement? I'm not saying that I'm not there, I don't know. I'm just saying that maybe if some people speak to see him, they'll be able to say, well, what the F's gone on here or something. It doesn't sound right, it's dodgy as F.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, there was telephone conversations, wasn't there, leaked as well, which were put on social media from Tommy himself. So yeah, I'm wondering if that might have anything to do with it as well. So I did have a few things written down. I mean, obviously he's in solitary and he shouldn't even be in Woodhill, like you said earlier. Then it should be a Cat D for a non-criminal crime. But I say I don't think they'd even be able to put him in the wing at Woodhill, because I think 40% of the wing at Woodhill prison are Muslim extremists, gang members. I think they've even got the killer of Lee Rigby, if you remember Lee Rigby.
Yes, he got
as well,
the soldier.
That's right. So I say, I mean, really, he should be on the tag, really, back home with his kids. That's what I think. But I say this is what the
He should sue them when he gets out. I hope he sues the pants off of them.
Well,
to be honest,
there's hopefulness, I suppose. I mean, Elon Musk's lawyer.
Exactly. That's why I was hoping he'll come with his legal team. And that's what that guy was saying. He really hopes that they're sending a message to Elon Musk's legal team because they can't get hold of Tommy, can't speak to Tommy, can't see to blah blah blah. So let's see.
Yeah, no, we'll have to keep our ears to the screens, as it were, for the next 48 hours and see what comes of it. But it just highlights the importance even more of attending this march, on Saturday. Just wondering if anyone else has got any concerns or any thoughts or questions regarding the event or previous events. Well, I was going to say,
do I bring a packed lunch?
Yeah, we're going to.
You're going to have to bring some sandwiches, yeah? I thought I'd just bring a little rucksack with some snacks in.
I would advise it, because you'd have to leave the area that's like reserved for us to go and get food.
Yeah, just like 50 quid a pizza down there, isn't it?
Well, there's a McDonald's not too far away, but yeah, I would definitely recommend bringing some rolls.
So I'll bring a cheese sandwich.
I just uploaded that file as a PDF thing, so you can share it on the show. It should be there somewhere. Present.
There somewhere.
So if you wanna show it.
Oh look! Well, the ladies just put that someone saw him. They said he was okay, so that's great. That's all right, isn't it?
Yeah. Paul said on his live that Richard's emails to him had been censored, and Paul had sent 2 emails, and yeah, I saw that show. I heard that as well. So they're censoring the emails, and now they're saying to Richard he can't even go and see him. I think Liam Tufts is supposed to go and see him tomorrow as well.
Not being funny, this like the way that they're going on with him reminds me so much of like being in a toxic relationship with someone. It's not I'm like when you're with a narcissist, and this is every time you try and find a lifeline, they're like, boom, no you don't, boom, no you don't. Literally, it's terrible. It's like being in a narcissistic, abusive relationship. Cuts you off from everyone and isolates you. Like, this is terrible.
It's awful. I mean, they're mentally breaking him enough just by having him in solitary. And now if his mates can't even go and see him and give him a bit of an
what's terrifying for me is they're so blasé about it. Everyone, like, it's so out there. And this always makes me think, when I used to read the history books, like, how did the people just let that happen? And we're living in one of those times.
Yeah.
I think that was my drift.
I can't find the PDF of him. Not from a mobile.
Yeah,
anyway.
it says it's up there. It says it's in the present section. Unnamed, it's called. The file.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, I can't see it. So I've got everything else, but not that. Yeah, no, sorry. I'll have to wait until I've got this
That's
on
right.
the desktop.
I'll just keep reading it out if I have to.
Yeah, hold it up to the screen.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, that's terrible. I hope at least Liam gets to go and see him, because they can't stop his mates going to see him. He needs his
Well,
mates, and he needs that time with them to, keep him going, to uplift his spirits.
it's true. I mean,
So,
there's also the other political prisoners, that we have to voice our concerns over as well on Saturday, because there is more than just Tommy.
There's a lady that they was talking about
Yeah.
that they want released as well. Is that from one of the one of these marches, but it was after the Southport thing, the event, wasn't it? Is that
What's
that?
that?
I'm sorry, I'm terrible with names.
Yeah,
I was saying the lady earlier.
I forget her name, but yeah, she posted.
I think it was Claire. Was her name Claire?
I don't know, but she posted what was going on basically, and yeah, got put down for
Clink, clink.
all right comments. I think it was in the end.
Hmm.
But yeah, no. So yeah, I was going to say, so, RBM, what was your favourite previous United Kingdom event?
Got to be Trafalgar Square. Has to be. Just the sheer scale of that event, like the amount of people that turned up, 100,000, over 100,000, completely filling Trafalgar Square all the way to the back and up the top. It was amazing, with all the flags flying and just everyone, you get the energy as well. Everyone there, they're so happy and
Well, it's everyone
enjoying the day, and you
same,
feed off of that energy. It's like, yeah, it was amazing. And of course, even from the marching point, when you're going in a march and you can feel the thuds of 100,000 footsteps, as you march. It's incredible. They're incredible events. Like
that isn't putting you off, is it, Zen, with your crowd issues?
Well, I'll have to take us down next time. Calm myself down. I'm sure I'll try and be all right. At the end of the day, it is London, and if I do get overwhelmed, I could just hop on the tube back, can't I?
Yeah.
And leave you to carry on.
Yeah, no, you can. I mean, I was hoping for some more comments from people. If anyone else has got any questions, I mean, regarding the disabled section, what usually happens from our previous experiences, the disabled group, they seem to march, pretty much at the front. If they're on the march, if not, there is a route that's been sort of diagnosed for them to come out of Waterloo and get to the stage area.
Yeah, that's
I think they have a certain route for them.
Mm-hmm.
I think Richard mentioned that on his walk around London video.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if I've got
going back over the route.
Not sure.
I might bring my little folding stool. It's like a circle, and you've got that, and it's just a stool. Might just bring that.
I think I'll be.
Yeah, that's a good idea, to be honest.
Yeah,
once you've been on your feet for about 5 hours, your body really starts to feel it.
Oh, Dad, you freaking love to get me walking miles, D. I swear to God.
Where did you get
everything we
from?
do is at least a 50-mile walk.
Well, you're half my height, so it's twice as many steps.
Yeah, so for me it's like 100 miles.
Well, this isn't one of the longest ones anyway. This is literally just out of Waterloo Station, under the tunnels, down to the bridge. We're going to stop there to have a picture taken, and then just around the corner to 10 Downing Street. So it's not going to be a long one this time. It's
going to be good, that.
I say, as far as I know, there's going to be more performers and stuff at this one, like there was at Trafalgar Square. The weather's going to be good.
I was looking at the drone maps as well to see if I could, get a nice picture of all the crowds and the bridge and Parliament in the background. Mm-hmm. But there's restricted zones, and I think you got to gain permissions. I know people know how to do it and contact full permission, but yeah,
I've got a little drone, but I don't know how to fly it yet.
I do have a very.
I don't know how to fly it yet.
I do have a very long selfie stick that I'll try and use to capture it all.
Oh, my tripod's quite big now. Like the one I've got my phone on now.
Bring one of your fishing rods. That should do the job.
The what, sorry?
I say bring one of your fishing rods. I'll get it.
I've got a little drone, but I don't know if I'm not that good at flying yet. I haven't even had a proper lesson with it or a proper go. I'll end up bloody like they'll think it's a weapon or something, like flying around. Get shot out the air.
I definitely think so. I mean, yeah. So
I don't think it's an unidentified flying object. It's just my stupidity chaos with the little drone trying to get a good picture. Oh.
I'll say, as long as it's not your hair going up with it, we'll see a big pink fluffy thing.
Yeah, they've got the helicopters flying about there, haven't they?
Yeah, you always have the actually that.
Well, let's hope that, because usually when we get loads of people in one space, then it's so hard to get on live.
Yeah,
that's what my main concern is.
In the past, I haven't been able to upload anything. I think I tried uploading a 30-second clip that I took, and it took about 2 hours.
Yeah, it just jams everything up.
So I just got a SIM card. I don't know. I mean, to see if it works or not. But you can buy these data SIMs which use all networks. So I've just got one of them just to see if it works, and if it does, then they're expensive. That's the problem. So if it does work, then I'll pay for the megabytes the gigabytes.
So when you're live, you know that it just eats up the gigabytes, doesn't it?
I've never had data before. I've actually been away. If I start moving around and you get sort of hotspots, it does seem to cut me out and give me buffering. But if I find a good area and sort of stay still, it usually holds the stream pretty well. But then I'm on O2, and I think O2 is a good network when you're in London. One of the only two.
You just have to stream at a lower quality, like 720p. I think you could get a few hours live from 720p.
Well, I'm bringing both my phones, so if not, I can try and hotspot off the other one. We'll see. I'll see what I've got to do. But I've learned now, if I try and upload a story, I cannot try it, and it's being a bit jammy. I can't upload another one till that one's done. Otherwise, everything falls apart, and then it doesn't upload till I get home on the Wi-Fi.
That's actually good that you told me that, because I think that's happened to me in the past, and I've never realised why. So
it's got to, that one's got to load before you even start trying to load the next one, or it's good night, Vienna. Oh.
Yeah, no, it's true. I mean, I've got another video here with Richard Inman again. Give us a little break anyway, just to let some more people join the stream. See if Danny's going to join us. But yeah, just again, it's Richard talking about what's happening on Saturday. So I'll play this now quickly, and we'll see if we get some more people in.
Just want to give you a quick update on the 1st of February. It's just literally to give you the muster point, the timings, and where we're going to go. So, muster point will be Sandal Street. Now that's opposite Waterloo Station. If you go down the escalator in Waterloo Station, there's a McDonald's on the right, there's the Tube escalators on the left, and the Union Jack Club and Sandal Street are directly opposite that exit from Waterloo Station. If you're coming out of the main doors of Waterloo Station or where the taxi is, we'll have stewards there and security people there to tell you where to go, to guide you down to the correct point. We'll muster at 12 o'clock on Sandal Street, and people literally fill back up Sandal Street. There's quite a big area there. It's deceptive. You can get right the way back. There's a railway arches area. People can fill in there. So we'll get thousands of people in there. Once that fills up, we will then obviously move out onto Waterloo Road, and then when we step off, we'll step off from Waterloo Road, and we're going to head to Downing Street. And it's going to be an absolutely incredible event. We've got some great speakers. We've got some great music. It's going to be one of those ones where you go away feeling better about yourself. Now, we're dealing with very serious issues. We'll be looking at the imprisonment of Tommy Robinson, the fact that he's in lockup. He's in solitary confinement 21 hours a day. And the fact that that needs to change, and it needs to change quickly. That's the primary focus. But also we'll be talking about the general conditions of political prisoners and the way they've been treated since the riots in August. And obviously we're not talking about the rioters, because obviously if you're throwing bricks and burning things, you're going to go to prison. That's just the way it goes. But we're talking about people that were arrested for saying that they were praying for their children. Peter Lynch, praying for his children. He was arrested, locked up, put in prison, and now he's dead. That's unacceptable in a free democracy. It's unacceptable to have political prisoners like Tommy Robinson in a free democracy. So we will get to Downing Street for probably between 1:45 and 2 o'clock. So we'll be going on a fairly good march from Waterloo Station right the way across into Downing Street. So the event in Downing Street starts at 2 o'clock, and we're going to go for 3 hours, and it'll disperse at 5 o'clock. And obviously when we disperse, we'll let you know, we'll do another video letting you know when you disperse exactly the best place to go and the best areas to go, because obviously what we don't want is any conflict or confrontation. Usual rules for our marches: bring as many flags as you want from as many different countries as you want. We've had loads of Union flags, we've had Ulster flags, we've had Irish flags, we've had Scottish flags, we've had Iranian flags, we've had Israeli flags, we've had every single flag that you can imagine. I think Indian flags as well. So whatever nation that you're from originally, bring the flags. You know, that's what we want to see. We want to see that great, colourful landscape that we've seen at all the previous events and demonstrations. Again, a few things, a few sort of ground rules. We don't want people getting blind drunk and arguing with the police or being abusive to anyone. We want everyone to stay calm. We want everyone to have that really good, positive atmosphere that we've had for the past 3 events. As well as that, we don't want masks. Don't come to our demos if you feel like you have to wear a mask. We've all got our faces out there. We're not like the lefties. They always hide their identity because they're always up to no good. We're going there to do good. We're not going there to be up to no good. We're going there to do good. But we're going there to send a very clear message to Keir Starmer that he is on notice, that unless he changes radically, which he won't, then he's finished at the next election. And we're also there to give people hope, to tell people that we've got a plan, that we know what we're doing, and we know how we're going to get our country out of this. So, 1st of February, it's going to be an absolutely magnificent day. Let's be there. Let's get there. 12 o'clock, Sandal Street for the forming up. Bring your flags. Bring your friends. Bring as many people as you can. Let's send a massive message to the British government that enough really is enough. We've had enough, and we're not going to take it anymore. But everything we're going to do will be peaceful, democratic, and legal. We'll see you all on the 1st of February, 12 o'clock, Sandal Street, opposite Waterloo Station. See you on the 1st of Feb.
There you go. That's Richard again. I just have to give Richard a mention because people probably don't realise this, but Richard organises most of this, I think, doesn't he? I mean, he's got other names with him, you know, Paul, Tusi, etc. But as far as I'm aware, Richard makes all this happen, doesn't he? He's in charge of everything.
Yeah, he's one of the biggest people behind everything. Yeah, he sets it all up. He gets he's the one that sets up the security and everything for the events and speaks to the police, etc. Make sure it's safe. So yeah, he does great work in the background.
I noticed in backstage we've got another guest called Steve, but there's no camera. I don't know if that's a real guest or not, but I was going to bring him up.
Usually you want cameras on, don't you?
Yeah, it's just a blank screen at the minute. But Steve, I say, are you in the comments? I haven't seen the comment. Do I come up? Have anything to say?
You got to put them up first.
There you go. Hello, Steve. Are you there?
Is that Steve?
Oh, is this your PDF?
Yeah.
You got it up in the
You
end.
could have told me you put it up as a guest.
I didn't. I uploaded it as a file. I uploaded it as a file, and the file says it's unnamed.
The file's
The
called
files.
Steve.
Well, there you go, everyone. If you want to have a look at Steve yourself, here it is.
Yeah, that was the email that's circulating.
Oh, good. At least I know where it is now. Let me see if I can put that down. Remove from stage. Right, good. At least we've got it to hand anyway. I was getting excited then. Well, yeah, I was just gonna tell everyone about my sort of story as well. I mean, it was actually Real British Media that took me along to the first one, wasn't it? At Parliament Square outside Westminster Abbey, wasn't it? On the smaller section of the square, the first one. And I think that was the first one where
Parliament Square.
Yeah, where I saw Tommy on stage, and there was already the issues and the problems happening, you know, with everyone being silenced, etc. And he literally said then, you know, we have to become the new media. You know, the MSN's letting us down, which they are. They don't report on the truth. They hide the facts. You know,
Yeah,
so
that's
everyone in the camera there, you know, anyone that's got a smartphone or a camera, tripod, start a YouTube channel, start a media company and start spreading the truth, which is
Yeah.
what I did. So, yeah, I say United Kingdom 2 was my first video. It wasn't a great one. And then, yeah, United Kingdom 3, Trafalgar Square was such a good event. I mean, I can't speak highly enough of that event. The feel-good factor that you sort of went away from that event with was just as good as your first football match, if you're into football. You get that feeling when someone scores and you feel that, you know, you feel that energy. And yeah, I say, so that one was brilliant. And then I say everything bad that happened to Tommy. Tommy wasn't there for the next one. And even at the next one, we got, how many do you reckon? 80,000? There was definitely 100,000, I reckon, plus at Trafalgar. Probably 30,000 at the first one that I went to. But the numbers, I think, have grown. And people have turned out for the movement, turned out to support ever since. So I'm expecting this one to go the same way. What do you think about the numbers on this one? I mean, if you think about us, we've gone from 2 to 4 to 6. Now Zen's coming along. That's 7 people. I wonder if everyone else has expanded in the same way.
Well, Steve, it's a bit colder now, isn't it, than when you went before? That's the only
Yeah,
thing.
so this is it. I didn't think there's going to be as big numbers because, you know, Tommy brings a lot of the people. I think that's one of the reasons Trafalgar Square was so big, is because he was there. Whereas at the last one, he was, well, put in jail the day before the event. So you'd think more people would have turned out and had his back. But there's still a lot of people, but there weren't the numbers that we had in the summer. Like you say, weather plays a part in that as well. There's a few people that won't go probably because it's cold, and that's no excuse. Like, you know, Tommy is inside suffering for a lot more, and there's a big battle on our hands at the moment in this country. We need people at the movement. We need to build the crowds and build the voices. So being cold or anything like that is no excuse for not turning up.
It's not an excuse, but I'm just saying, you know people and you know crowds, and it's just the way. Just the way it is.
Yeah, but this is it. This is what I'm saying. It's so important that people do just deal with the cold and so on.
Well, the last one we went to in October wasn't exactly warm, was it? I mean, it was wet, miserable, and I still think 80,000 people turned out. We probably lost 20,000 people from the summer, I reckon, numbers-wise. So.
Well, how many do you got? When you have a little bet, how many do you reckon? One German, one British media. That seems the closest.
I reckon we're going to have as many as we had in October. I reckon I don't think there'll be any less. I mean, there seems to be a strong, stringent, patriotic movement now of people that are coming back and back. Now they can see.
And hopefully, a lot of people are upset about the situation and like the unfairness of it and how. The only word I've really got for it is how booky it is. It's booky because it just none of it makes sense.
Yeah, but there's so many things that are important. Like, firstly, there's the grooming gang scandal, the Southport cover-up. You know, obviously the hate speech that Starmer spewed out to cause the riots. The people that were then consequently arrested because of that for Facebook posts, etc., etc. Which has led us on to now the political prisoners, which they are, including Tommy, who's been a political prisoner ever since the day before that last event. So,
I think there'll be about 30 to 40,000.
The knock-on effects that it's had. I just think that people, now that they've come to the events and they've seen how peaceful, how well run they are, how they're policed properly, stewarded properly, the great speakers that we have on stage each and every time, you know, the amount of up-and-coming YouTubers and citizen journalists that are now covering it, you know, the eyes of the world are on us at the moment. Elon Musk, America, Europe, everywhere's watching this movement, and I definitely think, you know, people are now coming back again and again, like we are. You know, there's nothing to worry about. I know you have your fears, bomb.
They're not fears, they're real things. I don't want to be beheaded. I don't want to be run over by an SUV, and I don't want to be chemical attacked or knife attacked. But these are concerns I have every day in London, to be honest.
And I'm
not joking. You get on.
Think of it. Think of it this way: you're going to be surrounded by tens of thousands of people that have your back.
Yeah, no, it's just a call. Like, there is bad. I mean, not being funny, you can't even go to a Christmas market these days, but we're worried you're going to get mown down. It's not, and that's the point of people going there. So
this is another. Yeah, but this is why we have to stand up to the tyrannical government.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's like a one of them things, isn't
But
it?
that's exactly, and that's why people need to sort of, face that fear and do it anyway, because that is part of what terrorism is. Terrorism is there to drive that fear into you. That's why they do it,
But
because they
also, like,
want you
where's
to
my
stop
autistic
going
little
about your
brain?
daily lives.
It always says to itself, like, just because it's like, you can't moan about something if you don't do it. Like I always say, if you don't pick up your dog poo, don't you dare moan when he's standing it. So how can I
Yeah.
moan about, like, so even for this week alone, the news story that come out that there are a lot of illegal people hanging around outside little schools, primary schools in Buckinghamshire, and I can't
The
remember
whole
the other.
country, let's face
Yeah,
it.
and and they told them, oh no, don't worry, they just need some lessons in culture. And then that's what I mean. If I'm outraged by that and I want to say that, then I should be able to back it up by what are you
Yeah.
doing about it? Nothing. Well, then shut up. Well, I'm going to do something. So
This is it. Some of these like,
The minimum
acts
you
of
can do.
terrorism that they
is
do
it
to drive.
80?
Maybe. Yeah, no, some of these acts of terrorism that they do to drive this
okay.
fear into people can go to like the extreme measures. I mean, I was speaking to a lady today that says that she's afraid to have kids, and she's not going to have kids because she's afraid of the world that she'd
No,
bring
I
them
don't
into.
blame her. I'm just very,
And that, I mean, that's about the biggest fear I've heard from someone, that they won't have kids because they're afraid.
they've made it very
Like-
difficult. They say they want people to have children. How difficult have they made it? With not just the expense, the stress, if your child does come have any problems like autism or ADHD, you're fighting for your life with the EHCP in the schools. I mean, it's like it's not how it used to be. They've turned it into basically it's like a war, and all you want
Yeah.
to do is be a mum. It's not fun.
That's it. And that's where I think she was coming from. She's terrified.
And then you do
it's
send them to a
she'll
nice
spend
little
every day of her
primary
life
school.
scared. And I
But
says to
imagine
her,
that
you
you
can't.
save up all your money, you go to a nice little area, you have your little baby, Buckinghamshire, but such a nice little, and then you send her to a lovely little primary school in the village, and then you turn up to pick her up school, and you've got to fight your way through 50 illegal people who are taking pictures of your kid. But it's okay, because
Yeah.
they just need a couple of lessons in the
That
culture.
rolls me onto your earlier video that I saw you posted on X earlier. What happened to that this morning with that mother and the taxi?
Yeah, it just seems like the people seem very entitled. There was a guy, there's a young girl, and she was new to this new school. It's a school for the naughty kids. She's only been sent there for 2 days. So this driver does not know her, has never seen her before. He's turned up late, so the mum's got a couple of kids, so she had to shoot off round the corner and drop the other kid off at school, waiting for this driver to come and pick up her daughter. He knocks on the door, and with it, as the daughter's opened the door, he's gone, I need to use your he's gone, can I come in? And the little girl, she's about 12 or 13, she's still a little girl to me, said, no, my mum's not in. And with that, the guy's just pushed his way into the house. The little girl's run out of the house and called her mum, said, the guy's in the house, the guy's in the house. Mum's come tearing around the corner. There's actually, on the woman's original video, her name is Bobby. Oh, it says it on my video. It's on X and it's on my tickety talk, and it's on my Facebook actually. Yeah, and so she's like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm sorry, but the fact is it's not like he knew this girl, like he picks her up every day, they've got a rapport, and apparently this is the second time he's done this. He's just barged into a young girl's house.
Apart from that, I've worked in the transport industry and the car delivery industry, and you're not allowed to use customers' toilets. It's clearly stated in a lot of businesses, and people can put comments on it. People
But
that
to push past a young girl.
Yeah, but you don't do it anyway. But you don't go into a customer's toilet.
I'm a woman, and I'm just want to say I'm a woman and I'm a mother. And if I was ever that bursting and asked someone, they said no, and the kid's looking at me, I'd be like, right, best find a bush. Like, if it's that bad, I will not be, as a woman and a mother, pushing past a child to go into their home.
Well,
it's a shame they didn't have a big dog.
Yeah, well, think of the charges that could come with that alone anyway. Do you know what I mean? He's basically forced entry.
Trespassing. But
he hasn't been invited in.
I think it's very strange that this man thought that this girl was like a naughty girl and her mum wasn't in the house. And the second, I'm just saying, this is listen, I've got pattern recognition coming out my butthole. This is dodgy. It's the second time. If you're that desperate and you know that you've got this bladder problem, you'd make precautions. You can't just push your way into people's. And like the mother said, if her husband was standing there, would you have pushed past her husband? I don't think so.
Yeah, exactly. No, exactly.
Yeah.
I did what I was saying. I'm glad you highlighted that anyway, and I hope more people.
It's a concern for me because my son gets a cab. He has to get a cab every day to his school, and because his school is so far away from where we live. And I always say, like, he's with this guy like an hour there and an hour back every day. So I'm always like, listen, any dodgy stuff, straight away. But luckily, my son can't keep a secret to save his life, so we're good. He'll be singing like a canary if there was any dodgy stuff.
Yeah,
But it's
well,
still a concern.
I've said it on previous shows, and I've even brought evidence that this is what they're doing anyway. They've attacked the delivery network, the Uber network, fast food delivery service. You know, we have to really vet these people a bit more.
Well, I had a fake Uber try and kidnap me once. It wasn't a real, and it was. Listen, I have to blame myself for that because I was upset and I quickly
What?
glanced at the license plate and it was like a couple of numbers the same. But yeah, it didn't work out so well. So luckily for me, the man thought that I was paralytic, but I was actually just upset and very angry. So when he thought he was kidnapping a drunk girl, actually he was kidnapping someone who was on the verge of a full-on autistic mental breakdown. So it didn't go very well for him.
Well,
But luckily that was a
didn't.
good thing for me. You know, so I've had my own dealings with people, but like that's just, in my opinion, that wasn't really a certain genre of anyone. That was just disgusting person taking his chances.
Was this when you were young, or was this when
No,
you
it's
were
2 years ago.
That's what I mean. These things are happening to blooming kids, aren't they? What you're talking about from this morning. I know it's like, you know, it's worse, isn't it?
No, you got to. That's what I mean. You can't even pop out as a mother. This person that drove the cab, they're supposed to be registered, CRB checked. They're supposed to have training.
Yeah.
That's what I said. That's what I said about the man that takes my son to school. Like, has he been checked? And they're like, yes, he's registered. He's been checked. Is this that? Well, this has just scared the life out of me because the clinics can't be that well registered, can they?
The problem is that there's been evidence come up before where there's about 3 or 4 of them use the same details. You know, like these cab drivers or whatever.
Yeah.
They've all got.
I showed you. They sell their Uber accounts for 120 quid a week.
That's what I mean, but apart from that, I've actually seen it with my own eyes where you can see bloody how shifty they are when they've got 3 or 4 of them working under the same name. I mean, I use Uber quite a lot myself and I speak to the drivers, you know, whenever possible. And one of the drivers recently said to me they have to use a facial recognition now to log in to, like, you know, to do their jobs for their system to try and make it a bit safer. So, I mean, Uber must be doing something to, like, combat this, or they must know, you know, how bad the problems are within their company.
They have to be honest, because Uber's rife with them, isn't they?
Yeah, this is the thing.
The thing is, if anything happens, and someone, this is what I don't understand.
Yeah, but listen, the driver said to me, he goes, they log in with their face and then give it to their cousin or their uncle, and they go off and do work. Do you know what I mean? So
you could use it. To be honest, you could just use a FaceTime. You could FaceTime someone and unlock the phone.
I mean, Teslas have got all cameras inside their car. You could just like make or use Teslas or something, or at least have a video camera on inside the car. I mean, if you think about old cab drivers, when all the cab driver muggings were taking place and all that, it was quite rife, wasn't it? Early 2000s and that.
Yeah, lots of pizzas being delivered, and then the pizza boy get a punch on the nose if he didn't hand the pizza over. I remember that.
Yeah, but this is the thing. It's the thing. The cab drivers had cameras on. I remember when me and some mates were on Crime Watch once as the good taxi, as the good passengers in the.
Oh, you were the good passenger
in the taxi. Yeah, when you're drunk and you're coming back from London late at night. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's as bad as it gets when you're having banter in the car. That was what they showed, and then obviously that was around the same time. You know, all the bad things were happening. But like I say, there should be a camera in every cab. Why isn't there? For the safety of the passengers. I want to keep on saying safety, safety, safety.
There should be law, shouldn't it, that they have the cameras?
Everyone knows you can't get a taxi at 3:30 to 5 because they're all on school runs. There's so many school runs now that they do. I have trouble getting taxis at that time of day, especially and in the morning. Do you know what I mean? So they're all doing school runs. Why isn't there cameras on?
No, you think they'd have it for their own safety as well? It's a listening device.
You know what I mean? It's an easy solution to the problem, rather than blaming or putting it on other.
I have seen a few Uber drivers, Lyft drivers, and they do have cameras in their cars because it's been them like, look at this terrible customer. But I would want, even if it wasn't a camera, you'd at least want some kind of listening thing to prove your innocence, if you get what I mean. But this is the same argument as well as like why they don't have cameras in nursing homes and schools. I think they should. If I was working in a school or a nursing home, I'd want the cameras up there because I've got no dodgy intentions. So I'd want my ass to be covered. If you've got no bad intentions, why do you care about cameras?
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be broadcasted live or anything, you know. At least
And it
it's
should
there
be watched by a
recorded.
third party or something, so they can't, if anything does go wrong. Because too many times when it's in-house security, oh, the DVD's lost, oh, it got wiped, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's us, like
Mm.
normal people like you and me, finding these solutions. Why haven't the government found the solution?
But that's the thing. Like I said, if I was working in a kid's school, I'd welcome cameras, because then you can see exactly what's gone on, how they hurt themselves, what happened. And because I've got no bad intentions, I would absolutely love. I think cameras, absolutely. But
Yeah,
you can tell the people that want to skive off or want to do dodgy stuff, they wouldn't want cameras around.
Well, with such an epidemic going
Yeah.
on in the country, with all these different, you know, threats and comments being made, teachers teaching certain things in classes that aren't on the curriculum, etc., etc., I don't see it as being that much of a bad idea, even if you have the camera at the back of the room, so you're not showing all their faces. Do you know what I mean? If people are worried about, you know, identification, etc., purely for a safety reason, I don't see how that should be a problem.
I don't see what is the problem. What is the problem? They should know. They know what the teachers are teaching, because they have to hand in their lesson plans every month, don't they? So but I'm not. But more about the nurseries where the kids can't talk, and the old people's homes where the elderly, you know, some of them like, oh, she's confused, she doesn't know, or let's check the camera.
I've heard that firsthand from people, parents that have got kids in nurseries now and stuff like this, and they come out, oh, you got to take her home now because this has happened or that's happened, and it's like you go home and nothing's happened, you know what I mean, or something has happened. It's different to what they've said. I fully agree. I think you do need to have it as a. I mean, there should be anyway. That's the thing. After all the women,
all the problems in the daycare centres and the nurseries, have cameras. It covers your ass. That's what I'm saying. If I owned a nursery and someone said to me, "Oh, I can't work here, there's cameras," I'd be like, "Get out. We only want people that are happy there's cameras, because then they've got the same heart and intentions as myself."
Well, that's exactly the same as the February the 1st march and all the United Kingdom marches. No one wears a mask, no one covers their face or hides their identity.
That's when we went to the Finchley one, and all of a sudden, when they all put the masks on, I was like, "Oh no, oh no!"
Well, all the unwashed left.
30 minutes. Like,
yeah, that was the Palestinian lot and Antifa and all the counter demonstrators. There was literally about what?
But there was also other people there that they couldn't give two shits about either side. They were there to robbing, mugging, arguing, fighting. That's what they wanted. See, like they were walking around. They put the mask up, hood up, boom out the way, boom out the way. You're not there for a peaceful protest. They had to be an absolute prick.
Well,
and that's the thing as well. That's what Antifa do. So you know, one reason I guess at the United Kingdom rallies, people aren't allowed masks. Therefore, if any Antifa try and infiltrate wearing a mask to cause trouble, well, they'll soon be found out because their face is on show. So they probably won't even turn up and cause trouble. And I think that's one of the reasons that they say, you know, no masks, etc. Not only because, you know, we're not going to do anything bad, so we don't need masks, but also to stop people from hiding their identity that are going to try and infiltrate the movement and cause trouble.
All the MFM want is one picture of a little fight or a ruckus, so they can put it front page and say, "Oh, far right trouble, thugs, blah blah blah." Do you know what I mean? That's exactly, you know, the best reason for not.
Imagine I wake up on the Monday morning and there's a picture of me just being my ADHD self. They're like rabid left, right wing something. I don't want it. Rabid right wing protester, something like that. I'm like, "Ooh, hi."
Make sure you don't get in any trouble then, because with your pink hair, they'll be like, the extreme left is attacked.
No, I'm bringing my cheese sandwich, my foldable stool, and my little card that says I'm autistic. There we go. I'm not kidding that shit. I'm not even, and I'm going to be very good. I'm just going to drink my Arizona iced tea all day.
You'll be absolutely fine. So I've been to 3 now, and there's only ever been one incident, I think, that I can remember, when a group of Palestinian counter-protesters tried to get in front. I mean, I spoke to a blogging journalist, actually. He was actually involved in that, and he said that they moved into the crowd, stood in front of him, and he's like in his, he's getting on a bit. I think he's in his 70s. Correct me if I'm wrong. But and apparently they just walked in there, started backing into him and pushed him over into the road. Do you know what I mean? Which obviously sparked everyone else having a go at him, like, what the hell are you doing here anyway? And then I say it was all rectified, wasn't it, within 5 minutes? The stewards got
either way, I'll get some good footage, hopefully, and then I can, like I said, I don't like talking on things like
It's about
unless I've
raising
actually been
awareness,
there.
though. By you turning up, that's the thing. You're an extra body in the crowd. You're an extra face that's standing up to this tyrannical government and everything that's been going on.
Like I said, I don't agree with it. I speak
Raise-
on it. So why
Raise awareness.
you can't? Like I said, you can't just. What's the word? Maybe I'm getting a bit tongue tied now. Like I said, I'm bothered by it. I think it's wrong. I speak on it. So then follow through with the actions. Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
You've finally woken up, and
That's all you can do.
you're spreading. You're spreading awareness.
That's the thing. I would have
Cancelled
considered
on other
myself a few years
platforms.
ago to be more left, if you get what I mean. I would have been. I think I would have, but they
Well,
just
this is
taking
it.
the
I mean,
fucking piss.
there are many left out there that have already been converted. To see, sense.
The thing is, well, I'm autistic. Don't
turn.
I agree with some of the parts of the politics. You're never going to agree with every single point that some other human has, like in their internal manifesto, because we're all different. Like me and Dee,
Yeah.
we don't agree on every single thing.
Yeah, but that's what freedom of speech is about.
We can have a healthy debate on it. There's what's the problem with that? I don't agree with everything Dee says, and he doesn't agree with everything I say. But where we do meet in the middle, we have there we go. Let's march.
Exactly. Free speech, and you don't have to agree with each other. You haven't got to bloody well cause trouble and silence people because of it. When you tried to spread awareness, on the Finchley riots, and you got silenced on other social media platforms, didn't you?
That's definitely. I definitely think after I put that stuff up on my account, the views, even though I got good views on those videos, the account wasn't the same. I don't care.
No.
I don't care. It was a struggle, and it was a struggle.
It has been for all of us. To say you try and spread awareness on the truth and what's happening, what the government are actually doing to you, and you just get silenced.
But do you know what? Like I said, it will guts me still now. To be honest, losing my main account, all right, whatever, I take it on the chin. But they took my little art account as well. Like that didn't do nothing wrong.
I know that's awful. At least you've come over to X now, because X you can say what you want, show what you want, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, but I've got to start my whole art thing up again. New website, new TikTok, new thing, long, and it actually it definitely was a bigger hit than I was admitting to myself to get through it.
For everyone, I'll say for everyone that's watching, any new visitors, do you want to just tell everyone what your channel's called and what you do and the things?
At the moment I don't have an art account. My main thing, and I sold my art through the TikTok, but the website was linked, and I put all my chickens and eggs into one basket, and the basket got hacked, and now I'm like, fuck. So we're starting again, but it's like I keep it. Well, where do we start from? And so it's just one of them things. It will start up again, but I need to get that fire. So we're starting again.
Like everything, it's very slow to start.
But that's what I mean. I had it, and it was going and I was so proud of the little videos on my little art account, and now they're all gone, and I can't use them again because if I download them, then I have to. Oh, sorry, it's just long, but it will start again. Hopefully, once the sunshine starts coming out, I'll be like, oh, the art will take over, and we'll start again.
Any plans on the YouTube? Yeah.
Sorry, Han?
Any plans on a YouTube channel yet?
Well, I've got a YouTube, haven't I? If you see the one video I've got, it's the same name. It was a few years ago, and I'd got a bag of cement, and it was the first time I used cement, and I didn't realise there was different kinds. And I'm spending about 15 minutes trying to dissolve stones, like the absolute biggest dingleberry there ever was that walked the earth. But I don't really that's the thing. I didn't really upload much on the YouTube because it's got to be this way, hasn't it? Landscape. I usually have always been in portrait.
Yeah. Well, video is long form is landscape. Yeah, shorts are
that's why
portrait. Yeah,
because YouTube never used to have shorts. That's the thing. That's still relatively new. So I think they were taking the idea with TikTok and saying, well, we need to have something like that on our platform, and that's where they introduced shorts. So you can do videos like that. In fact, shorts seem to get shared and viewed more than long form videos.
Yeah, I'd say just work on your shorts and do your old TikTok.
Yeah, because I've got loads. If I just did smashed it out with all my autism and ADHD shorts, and I could do 5 a day because I've got hundreds of them, maybe that, and then it'd be but the niche of that account then would be autism, ADHD, mental health.
Well, now you're coming to your first ever United Kingdom event. That can be the start of your YouTube channel, can't it? You can do some video on that.
I'm gonna. Of course, I'm gonna put stuff up on my. I don't know if I'm going to put it up on Facebook though, because they're too
Yeah, I
It's
wouldn't
just not
want
worth.
either.
I'm straight away. I'll be unrecommendable. Straight away, I'll lose my little honeypot of
Yeah,
money
no,
coming
well,
from
that's the
the
thing.
Facebook.
You're gonna meet so many people at the United Kingdom event that are gonna actually think, you know, the same as you. You're gonna meet people that you like. You might run into Liam Tufts if you're lucky. So if you do a little video,
Do you know what? He's interviewed two people I know, and I do not. Hi, I know two people that you interviewed, but no, just up. Like, like just shut up.
I'll try and get that on video for my video.
No, please, you'll be loving it. And look, you would go and say it, and I'm like, it's burning inside me.
Hopefully you'll get to meet him. You know, as long as you're
I
at the front
interviewed
there.
my mate Ben, the bare knuckle fighter, and he's been in Broadmoor. And then he interviewed another lady that I know called Anaya. She got put in prison for something. So she was out on a night out with her friend. She goes and sits on the bench. This drunk guy starts coming up and starts just being so belligerent to her friend. She's gone, oi, leave it out, mate. He's hit her. She's whacked him with the bottle. She ended up getting something stupid like 9 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but while she was in there, her sentence got extended because they put a baby killer in the same cell as her. So she had to, because she said if she didn't, then all the people would have thought that she was like a piece of crap, and then they'd have beat her up. So, yeah.
Terrible state of affairs, isn't it?
But I do like a bit of a Liam Tufts interview. I really do.
Yeah, he's great.
Well, I'm pretty sure he's going to be there on Saturday. But say, have you got any other questions then? Have we covered a couple or most of the things that were on your mind, or is there
No,
anything?
to bring him a cheese sandwich and a foldable chair.
Yeah.
But yeah, it should be nice. Hope it's a nice. Apart from anything else, hope we can make a difference and it's a nice day out.
It's definitely making a difference. I can't stress how important the movement is and how much of a difference it will eventually make. I mean, we all have to stick together in this, or else it's just.
Plus, it's a big event in history, and it's like these are like big. When people look back in like years to come, this will be a thing. So
well, if we haven't got the time, I mean, in 4 years' time, it could be. This is probably our last chance. Do you know what I mean? To try and get our country back and have things.
Well, the way things are going, anyone that says that this is a-okay, all good in the hood, must be living in frickin' the fantasy la la land. Things are definitely not okay, good in the hood in the UK.
Sammy Woodhouse will be there as well, so you want to meet her.
Oh, I love a bit of her. Ooh. Definite fangirl.
Exactly. Well, I'm looking forward to Saturday. I hope you are now as well, Zen.
The march isn't the problem. It's the bad energy and the bad intentions that other people.
The counter protesters aren't going to be anywhere near us.
No, I don't. You know what I'm talking about? It's the rogue.
The bad energy.
The rogue. Well, they're not vigilant. It's not vigilantes. The rogue. What are they? I don't know what the word would be.
That's what you're trying to say. The bloody.
The what? Yeah. Well, that's well. I don't know what's the word they use to that Daryl, that man that he wasn't on a political agenda, but he mowed all those people down at the Christmas Day parade. I can't think of the word now.
Was that the one in Germany or over?
No, that was America, not the New Orleans one that just happened on Boxing Day. This was the year before that happened on Christmas Eve parade. And he mowed all those people down. And then he was the one that it was the big court case, and he was being so belligerent to the judge, and he was doing everything that he could to try and put it off. He was trying to make a mockery of the whole court system. It was quite a big thing. Daryl something. He's not worth remembering his last name, to be honest. The person that did it.
I wasn't prepared for that one today, so I can't think of it either.
No, hang on. I've got my YouTube up here. Let's see if I can find. Oh, don't die on me. Don't die on me now. I'll just try and figure out his name. Daryl. Oh, Daryl Brooks, driving the SUV through the parade. Daryl Brooks, if anyone wants to look him up. This guy. Oh, hopefully you can see it. Oh, it's too blurry, is it? Why can't it?
It's because of your blur background thing.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. But yeah, his name's Daryl Brooks, if anyone wants to look him up. But yeah, I followed that case a lot, and the damage him and his red SUV this SUV stole caused. You know, I don't want to. If I'm going down, I want to go down on my own accord, not because some nutter decided it was my time.
I'm pretty confident we're not gonna have any terrorists.
Well, no, there hasn't been any. But I watched. Oh no, do you know what I did watch earlier? It freaked me out a bit. Oh gosh, I'm terrible with names. Nick Ten Coney. He was talking
Ten Coney,
somewhere. Yeah, he was talking somewhere, and then it all sort of kicked off a bit. He had a megaphone.
I shared a video. Was it in Southampton? That one.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and I watched the thing. And
what do you think of Nick Ten Coney?
He really reminds me of someone I used to know that went to Kiwi Boys so badly. He is, and I like him. He's got I think he's got pure Kiwi Boys energy. Do you understand what I mean by that?
He didn't go to Kiwi.
I know he didn't. I didn't say he went there.
But he didn't go too far away either. He went somewhere.
Yeah, I'm not taking. I'm a Kiwi girl. I'm just saying. I feel like when I was listening to him, I was like, that's pure Kiwi Boys energy.
He just done a Liam Tufts interview.
They're very smart, clever, sporty, direct.
I think he went to.
Like I said, I don't 100% agree with every single thing.
He went to the same school as your mate Alex, so it's not too far away.
Yeah, I don't listen. Like I said, I don't agree 100% with every single thing, but I think it's a good direction.
What don't you agree with?
Oh no, I'm not prepared enough for that because that's quite I was listening to the. If you want to do any discussion about that one time, then I have to be a bit more prepared.
Oh, definitely, because there isn't anything that I can't disagree with Nick Ten Coney.
So, like I said, I don't agree 100% with everything, but I do think it's the right direction.
Yeah, okay, we'll definitely do a show on that another time then, because if you've got points to make.
And not be funny, it's not fair of me. I've only watched fully one interview with him with Liam Tufts, yeah, and then a couple of shorts from you, and then also and it was like a very grainy video. I don't think that's enough for me personally. That's not enough for me to have I need more.
Well, maybe because he let it all out on Liam Tufts' interview, didn't he? He told all. Said who he was.
Tomorrow
he'll
be live. He's live every other Thursday on X, so you can join X. You can join his chat on X and ask him a question. He answers everyone's questions. He speaks live. It's like a what's it called? Like a telephone call. You don't come up with cameras and stuff. You're just there as a picture.
Coney talks.
I'm still observing at them. You know me, dear. I've observed for a while before I do it. I'm still observing.
Me too.
Before I can come out with my little, I need more information. I need more observation. Like I said, I think it's I can't agree 100% with everything, but like we're two different people. We're not going to agree 100% on every single thing. We're two different people, and we're two different sexes as well. Do you know what I mean? And also remember. I'm autistic ADHD. I'm going to see things a bit differently.
I was going to say, we've only just got you back from the left to the centre, so yeah, for you to go full Nick Ten Coney, you probably need to do some more observing. I wouldn't say I was fully to the left either. I'm more interested in fairness. With me, I like fairness for everyone, but even in the UK now, things aren't fair at all. They're not fair. It's gone completely out of whack.
You can't have fairness for everyone when there's a large amount of everyone wanting to marry children.
How can I put this? There should be fairness for everyone. I'm talking about how can I put say for instance, if I go to someone else's country and they don't allow people, the culture there is no alcohol and covered up. I'm not going to drink alcohol and I'm going to cover up because I have respect.
Yeah, that's what we all do.
So that's what I'm saying. Fairness. The fairness isn't. A lot of people give not all the time. Let's face it, because there's loads of people but a lot of people give a lot of respect to other people's cultures and religion and religious holidays but it's not given back. That's what I'm talking about. It's not fair. I don't think you can't always. That's what I'm talking about more.
I will say that's a good observation because that's exactly how it kind of is for us at the moment here in England. So.
Do you know what? If I was going to China and wherever I'm going there, I'm respecting their culture. Imagine if you go to a village in China and everyone's vegetarian and you're like, oh, I want a chicken chow mein. No, you see you next Tuesday. Stop it. Have some respect. So that's what I'm talking about, fairness. I just feel like if everyone had a bit more respect for each other and respect from long, then this situation wouldn't.
But we've got to protect our culture as well. For instance, say you've got a Chinese tourist that wants to come over to London, experience London and English, chat to a few Cockneys, etc. But they're not going to get that, are they? Because if a Chinese person comes over and wants to be a tourist in London, they're going to be speaking to not as many British as you think they'd like to speak to and experience that culture.
But I wouldn't how can I put it? in London we've got Chinatown, haven't we? I wouldn't want that. I like a little bit of culture. Like, I'm not
Do
sure.
we?
I
I
love
like
a
that,
little
yeah.
bit of culture. I wouldn't want that to go. So I wouldn't want.
No.
So that's what I'm saying. Where I grew up, and especially in my primary school, it was a bit of a multicultural. It wasn't. It was actually when I was growing up, there was more English. We still had lots of
Yeah.
other cultures,
I think
and
I
I
think
really like that. I wouldn't want. I
Yeah.
don't think any country could just really survive if it's just got one kind of its people on it.
No.
It does. You
I
do
like
need to have a little bit
experienced
of
culture.
diversity.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
there's a difference between diversity and one people shitting on the others.
The thing is
different.
you're not going to be in much danger when you walk down China Street. You know, that's the thing. So that's
Love it
okay.
there.
They can have their little Chinatown, and it's nice it's being there. I like it there. But you know,
The problem
if-
we've got is you
if-
can't walk down the no-go areas that are around the country.
but the
yeah.
problem,
You can't get
but
your
I mean,
phone out down there anymore.
the problem
Oh,
is,
oh,
you know,
gone.
you have Chinatown. It's a little area, and it stays that little area. But other demographics have other places like Chinatown that are much bigger, and you're not allowed to go through it. It's a no-go zone. So
And I do think that's
and that's-
ridiculous that we have in this country a no-go zone. That the only time
Yeah.
we should have had a no-go zone is if there's a bloody bomb site or something. From like, I've heard, the only time I've ever had no-go zones is since World War II when there was a bloody bomb crater.
Well,
Yeah.
That's
Funny
they
you
shouldn't
I think
be
Nick
allowed
Nick
to
Nick
go on.
Tanconi
World
mentioned
War
it,
II,
didn't he?
because like when World War II was on, what did we do with our women and children? We sent them to the countryside, didn't we, to keep them safe?
Well, not my nanny Grace. She was still rocking around Finchley, mate, with the air raids.
And we fought against the insurgents that tried to attack us. And we protected our women and children. These ones that have come over here, they're not protecting their women and children, are they?
When you lot went off to war in World War II, my nan told me the women were just fine, doing all the jobs, doing what they needed to do.
Yeah,
My nan
no.
was making like outfits out of what is it, the potatoes, like the sacks or something. She was very thrifty with the rations.
The whole
Told all her
country got
tricks.
together to protect our country. Exactly. That's what it was like, and that's what it should be like again. That is what these movements signify. Us all getting together to stand against tyranny and other
Yeah.
things. Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Sorry.
Whereas, yeah,
Hopefully, next time we're here, I need to get this camera sorted out because it's like I can't see. It's giving me bad eyes to keep looking at the blurriness.
You're gonna have to sort out your whatever you do.
Or maybe you can stop being awkward and you can come on TikTok with me and One Gen Media. Because listen, I don't mean to rude, it's so much better. And also, when I was sitting here this whole time, I could have been getting gifts, I could have been getting super chats, I could have been getting boxing gloves.
And you could have been getting your data
Well.
for the Chinese government too.
No, please. They've already got you. If they wanted your data, they would have not been funny. You're not a government official. I don't mean to be rude. I don't think they actually care where you're going.
Right, all right, I'll let you set me up a TikTok then, but you'll have to manage it.
I don't remember. The only thing is that when you play your videos on here, you'll be able to do it so that you're, if you want to, you're still at the front as well. It just makes it a lot more interactive. And
I can do that. I can do that on here already.
But you also,
I tried making a TikTok and I posted a couple of things, but I think it's just too much to handle trying to do YouTube plus trying to grow X now as well, which I've started trying to do a month ago.
you can use, like I said, but you can use if you make a little video on the TikTok or whatever, you can put it on your X.
Yeah, but they're all like, well, yeah.
There's a new thing now on TikTok. When you first download the video, after you've posted it, there's no watermarks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they've changed the format now.
Trying to get more people into it now.
Well, Donald Trump saved X for the Americans as well, didn't he?
It's up for sale now, I believe.
Well, yeah, because Donald Trump has turned around and says, having it being allowed in America is about £1 trillion that they'll make. He says, so we want half of it. So he says, I'll let TikTok be allowed in America, but I want half the money. But that's Donald Trump all over.
Why TikTok just doesn't go and put an off, because Donald Trump said, start your business over here, we'll give you the best tax rates ever. I don't know why they just go, all right, we're going to start a TikTok office in America and we'll just do it from there.
Yeah, but China,
good tax rates.
Asia's already got a TikTok, haven't they? And named something else, which is
Red Note.
Where they take.
Well, I'm telling you something. Do you know what the Chinese call America on the Red Note? The third world in a Gucci belt. Because they say that, like, when you're actually talking, because I've been on Red Note and that, they've been fooling, they're in the future, mate. They've been lying to us, making us, they all live in tiny apartments. Bullshit. From what I've seen,
Yeah.
they all look after their health. The healthcare's free. Once you own the house, you own the house. You don't have to pay tax on it. Like there isn't homelessness. People like honestly, we've been. The wool has been pulled over our eyes. They say we're the third world in a Gucci belt.
Well,
And
the
they're not
Chinese,
wrong.
Yeah.
the Chinese censor everything. So what you're seeing over here isn't the truth of what's happening in China, because they don't allow that stuff.
David, go on Red Note. And you can't say that because you haven't been on Red Note to see. It's just normal people talking like this. And they're trying to teach people Mandarin. Oh, do you know how many good health tips I've got from them with the teas? I'm going to the Chinese health shop. I'm getting white snow fungus, juju berries, the little red plums, the other little dried flowers, and I'm going to be looking 10 years younger.
I've been on goji berries for the last 10 years. Has it worked?
Well, no, it's a little. I was going to show. The thing is, I know once I make this recipe, you'll be like, "Oh, that's interesting. Do you want to save me one?"
Yeah, that's what you should do on YouTube. You see recipes, do your baking and your cooking.
But I don't mean to rude. I feel that people that just do cooking are boring.
Yeah,
I'm not, there's two types. They just do cooking, other people's recipes, or they just talk about other people. Oh my god!
I mean,
All they
speaking
do.
about China, I can cook every dish in the Chinese menu.
Oh, I love chicken chow mein.
I can cook
That's
it
my
all.
favourite. Chicken
I
chow
can
mein
cook-
and peanut chicken.
I can
You
cook
spent- you
every
spent the whole
dish as authentic.
Yeah, he does actually. He spent the whole of lockdown, didn't he, learning how to cook Chinese?
Yeah, that was like my, because I never cooked anything, because I lived on my own and that, and I just ate junk food and takeaways and sandwiches, and I lived on crap. And I always used to say, I don't know how to cook. So when lockdown came, I thought, well, I'm stuck indoors, I better just learn how to cook. So I thought I'll pick up a Chinese menu and go through it and learn how to cook every dish. And I did that until I did the whole thing. I could literally be given a job as a fully qualified Chinese chef. Yeah. So
Imagine you working at a Chinese restaurant. They're like, compliments to the chefs. Can we say thank you? And then you walk out.
I know, that's the thing.
Comes out well good.
Yeah.
No, I love. You'll have to make me chicken chow mein one day at Dee's house. That's my favourite.
Yeah. That's really easy, simple dish to do.
I like that. My favourite thing, I used to get chicken chow mein and the Chinese chips, and then use the chips like chopsticks and pick them up and eat them.
If you're lucky, he might make it for you on Saturday after the United Kingdom event.
Yeah, we've still got.
Well, that's only. Yeah, but I can't do it without a well-seasoned wok. You see,
is your wok well seasoned?
It is.
Not.
Mine
No,
is.
he complains about it. So you can see
it's not seasoned enough. Do you know what that reminds me of? Niles in Frasier's like, I'm going to get my crepe pan seasoned.
Oh, Lieutenant's just joined us. Welcome to the stream, Lieutenant. Have you got any questions about
Lieutenant
first? How you doing?
Oh, the foxes are at my house.
Or do you want to come up and talk? You can come up if you want.
I'll be heading off shortly though. Anyway, I've got a load of stuff to get ready.
Yeah, we are going to be
finished. I'm setting up another TikTok called ZTV, so because I'm going to put that channel is just going to be talking, because I just want to get the numbers up, and that's mainly just going to be talking about the wrong-uns on TikTok and other bits in it, because like I said, I've learnt my lesson, so I want to have two backups. Like when I'm talking, if I want to say, for instance, if we do start talking about things on there, I'll jump off my main and I'll jump on ZTV, because if that goes down for a week, I'm not going to be that joke. That'll just be it.
And
That's a good idea. Yeah,
the one you want me to come on, yeah. So I can get.
Well, because I said to Dave, I said, do you understand about TikTok? So if I say, for instance, I'm on my live on TikTok and then I FaceTime D, if he says something, I will take the blame for it because it's on my live. Whereas if he's on his live, if say for instance he says something, he gets bananaed for a week, that's going to be him bananaed for a week, not me. There, so we'll see. But like I said, once he sees a bit. Plus, I'm just saying, like when you're sitting there chatting, it's a bit more. We could have already got our funds today for going down there. From sitting on there.
No,
they could have, people would be like, oh, good luck, people, here's a tenner, here's this, that, the other. They'd probably given us our funds, our fare, and some spending money to go down there with.
How many do you need to be monetized? So as soon as you get monetized,
800. I will get. I said to you, if you get me an account, I'll get you 800 up in 48 hours.
Sounds
I'm
pretty
such
good.
a good friend to you, you know. You've just been lost without me.
Right, fine. You can start up my TikTok then.
Sounds a pretty good deal to
I'm
me.
starting up ZTV as a backup because I just want to. Because obviously, when you start talking about some of the characters on there, their minions come over, and if you get 6 or 7 people reporting your video, different ones, then they will take it into review. And then if my account that's on my main that I do my TikTok shop on and stuff is constantly in review, constantly under attack, it just F's me up on the algorithm. So that's why I need another one. I've learned.
Yeah.
That's
Always
the thing.
have a backup.
You tried to post something, didn't you? On was it TikTok, and they gave you a warning or something?
Yeah,
Just
that
saying
was it.
words. I mean, I'll get banned within a day. You know, I would if you can't say crap and other.
You can. You just can't say they don't really like lots of swearing, but there are people on there. They'll be dropping the F bomb, the C bomb. It just depends. Like I don't think anything that we've said in this conversation would be flagged. I can't. But the only thing that would have been is me smoking my vape.
That wouldn't even be flagged.
But the thing is, say for instance we're talking and there's someone that doesn't like what we're saying, they can report us, but it's not going to do much. But if they've got like a little gang, they're like, oh, I've got some live ones, and they've got like 15 people that come over and report, then we could get flagged. It's a numbers game, and if you've got like a lot of like I said, if you're hated over there, or you're talking about something, they're like, oh, these people are racist, blah blah. Then they're going to go to their little group, go, oh, I've got some racists here, let's go and F them up. If you get what I mean.
Yeah, no, I think so.
But there's always like but you start noticing when you're getting because your live starts glitching. You're like, oh, I'm getting reported now. So it's like a little and then you go, I love TikTok shop. I TikTok shop's the best, and then it resets.
You know more about living social media than me. So when that happens, that means someone's reporting you, does it? Or the AI is looking into whatever.
Something, yeah. It does what you can, and if it starts clicking out for no reason, you're like, oh, I'm being reported now. You can tell. Because that means the AI is starting to click onto you and starting to analyze every single freaking move.
I'm gonna have to shoot in a minute. Like I say, I've got a lot to sort out before I travel down.
And also, Dave, we
got a
need
lot
to sort
to
out how
do,
we're
and
going
my
to get there on
camera's on,
Saturday.
and my camera is on 0%, so it's about to.
Yeah.
So you need to message me because we need to sort out how we're going to get what we're doing on Saturday. Because you two are coming from somewhere, and then I was going to meet you, and then we'll end up there. That's what
we've sorted it out. Just stay on afterwards, and we'll discuss it. But yeah, I'm going to have to go then, everyone. I say thanks for watching. If you came late, which some of you did, rewind and watch it from the start. Hopefully, we're giving you a bit more confidence. Zen, it's your first time, isn't it, at United Kingdom March? So
what's it fancy putting that on screen? What's that?
Oh, that was Lieutenant and her dark chocolate. She loves eating dark chocolate.
No, I don't like dark chocolate.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Yeah, the herbal gerbil. We heard about Richard and we discussed that at the start of the show. It's terrible that they've blocked him from visiting. But,
yeah, no,
the herbal gerbil. I like that name.
We did discuss it. There is. Should we put the letter up? Well, I think the letter's gone now again.
Oh yeah, I took it down.
Yeah, we did have the letter as well. But
are you going to download the live after? Then you can watch it and see what you were saying.
It's available straight after. So if anybody
that's what I'm saying, yeah.
Find and have a look, yeah, because we've discussed that. There was some breaking news. Tommy's not in a good way, I don't think, at the minute, and they're now stopping people from seeing him, which makes Saturday's march even more important, I guess. We've got to stand up to the tyrannical government. We've got to show our face, and we have to try and get something done out of all of this.
Are you bringing a flag?
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have. I don't straight away. Yeah.
I usually wear my flag, but now that I've gotten a press pass, I might look a bit more professional. I've got to wear the hat though. I've got to give a shout out to Purefire, if you can see this. Find him on YouTube. They're keeping the old school DJ music going. So check them out. You can get lots of merch. They've got tracksuits and hats and all sorts. And I'm on a low battery as well.
You have to promote your own merch eventually.
Yeah, no. Well, I've sent off for one now. I'm going to get a 1J Media hoodie, so at least I can be recognised, hopefully, when I'm out. But yeah, no. So thanks a lot, LTG. I don't know if we're going to be able to live stream at the evening with Ben Habib tomorrow. I'm going to give it a try. But
we can record though, either way, and then make little videos. That's if we can't go live, that's what I'll do.
Oh no, this is something else. This is what we're doing tomorrow. We've got an evening with Ben Habib, so there is a live stream that they're doing from within, as far as I've heard. So I'm going to see if I can stick my camera next to it and keep it on live as well. So hopefully I'll have a live stream for you tomorrow as well. But I've got to find out first because I've not been to one of these before, so it's all new to me. I've got another message from Herbal. Oh, brilliant, Herbal! Tickets booked from Scotland.
Oh, is that from Scotland?
Sounds good. Are you bringing anyone with you, or are you coming on your own from Scotland?
See, look, people are all coming, even making an effort from Scotland. So, like you said, the number, like you had a little bet on the numbers. What was it you said again? What was the final bet of the numbers?
I reckon it'll be easily the same amount as last time.
What, 80,000? Do you reckon?
Yeah, I reckon so.
12-foot flags. That's huge.
Yeah, I know.
That's double. I'm only 5 foot. That's double and a bit of me.
Yeah. See, look, he's bringing 20 people down. I say we've grown from 2 to 4 to 6 to 7, including Zen now. So we've got like more people coming down each time. I think people
will look out for the giant flag and get a video of it.
Yeah, we'll look out for the 12-foot flag.
I'll probably
get a clip of it for our video that we make for the event.
I say I'll probably be wearing this hat, so come and find me. And just say you're the Herbal Gerbil, and I'll remember you. We'll try and get
it. Easy for people to spot me with my purple hair, won't it?
Well, you're only 4 foot tall, so it might not be that easy.
I stand out wherever. Just because I'm 5 foot tall, I cast a large shadow wherever I go. Don't you worry about me.
I know, I definitely do.
Yeah, I have to shoot because, like I say, my camera's now.
Right, go on then. I'll say bye as well because I'm going to cook my dinner now.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for the stream and
bye
thanks for everyone watching.
I say
see you Saturday.
Hopefully what we've discussed tonight will help some people, and we'll see you there on Saturday. Have a good time. Take it easy. Over and out.
Later, people.
Thanks all.